Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Freeman. I'd like to welcome y'all to my channel. So, what did Jesus look like anyway? Well, he definitely didn't look like that. Now this particular image was actually created by the American Walter Salmon in 1940. But there has been a long tradition of depicting Jesus as European, even though he most certainly was not. In the centuries after the crucifixion of Jesus, there's been depictions of Jesus from a variety of cultures, including Turkey, Ethiopia, and India. However, as Europeans colonized the world, the European depiction of Jesus spread, including among my own people, enslaved Africans in North America. Even the region where Jesus was actually from was colonized, which was Galilee in northern Israel. Now some of y'all might say, well, Jesus didn't really look like anything because he didn't really exist. Well, that's not exactly true either. Well, it's true we don't really have any archaeological evidence of his existence from the first century. We do have documentary evidence. In the decades following the crucifixion, both Jewish and Roman historians corroborated many of the events of the Gospels, which basically depict the life of Jesus. First century Roman Jewish historian Flavius Josephus mentions Jesus not once but twice in his historical work Antiquities of the Jews, which was written around 93 AD. Flavius was born only a few years after the crucifixion of Jesus and would have been well aware of the early church and followers of Jesus. He may have also interacted with some of these early members of the church. So, what did Jesus look like? Well, we don't know exactly what he looked like, largely because he was from a first century, and unless you had wealth or some significant position in society, you probably aren't going to have someone doing a painting of you. Also, you can rule out any kind of sculptures or carved images because of the Second Amendment, which basically outlaws any graven image to be made of you. And of course, Jesus was Jewish. And so rather than trying to figure out exactly what he looked like, how about we think about who he would have resembled based on when he lived and where he was from. And so let's see. Jesus was Jewish. He was from Galilee, which is in northern Israel, and he was from the first century. However, up until the 1940s, what we think of as Israel was Palestine. And so Jesus would have had traditionally Jewish features, but also would have Palestinian features as well. So he would look something like this. And so this is a depiction of a Palestinian Jew from the first century. Of course, we're not going to say this looks exactly like Jesus, but he would have been darker skinned, he would have had darker hair, brown eyes, probably a beard because at the time beards would have been more common. You didn't necessarily have people going to barber, shaving the beards off. And so he would look something like this. Definitely not like this. And so why is this even important? Well, a lot of people who think that Jesus looks like this have very negative feelings about people who look like this. And so people who think that Jesus looks like this finally came to the realization that he actually looked like that. They might have more empathy for people who look like this, and may actually start to follow the teachings in this. Now, if you found that video interesting and or informative, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video. And if you have any questions about the historical Jesus, please leave those questions in the comment section below. Thank you all for your time and have a wonderful rest of your day.